Hey everybody, this is Dark Side Elite, coming with you with a another reactional trailer to the Flash season 6. Now, Flash is quite possibly one of my favorite series on the CW. I really like the Flash. I think that his character is kind of I'm not gonna say the word misunderstood. He's underrated. This character is extremely powerful, and also he has a very good power set, and also very great enemies that can also be on the same league to take on the Justice League. So um, we're gonna see season 6 now. I will hold back any level of I'm gonna say anything that really kind of feels like an SJW, but they don't do that a lot in their trailers. They really just get down to the story and they do a lot of things about it. Um, I do have a little bit of a problem on a few things on the Flash that they have done over the years, but it desensitized me a little bit about it. It's just bad writing. In my personal opinion, Flash should be one of those shows that should be it's got some darker elements to it while still having the fun factor and lightheartedness because of the character. Now, I'm not saying that the Flash should be a goofy character. No, Flash should be a pretty. Barry Allen is a serious person. He does take things a little bit unlikely, but he is a pretty serious person because he takes his powers and his responsibilities very seriously, and I think that it's completely lost on the on everybody. And I also believe that when people think of superheroes, they think they should be, there should be some sunny disposition, except for Batman because he's Batman, he's dark. Like no. Barry Allen watched his mother get murdered in front of him. That changes a person. He went through all this heartache and destruction and loss, and I don't want him to be cracking jokes all the time. I want Barry to take things a little seriously. I wish that this version of Barry was a little bit more he was a little bit smarter. And what I mean by smarter is like I don't want him to be like he's the smartest person in the room. No, I think he should be a much more capable hero on his own right. He shouldn't have to rely on his team to help him. This man is the fastest man alive. He should be able to prove he is the fastest man alive. And sorry about that. But but the problem is that it's lost. It's completely lost on the fact that people want to see more team ups, and I don't want any more team ups with this version of the Flash. I don't want. Sorry about that again. I don't want team ups with the Flash. I want a whole season where it's him trying to learn how to defeat his enemies by himself. I think that the team element is going to get completely boring because you're now introducing a very powerful hero that the Flash can't defeat. So you have to introduce new elements of these heroes to be able to help to showcase that they are powerful enough to be able to at least do something against at least be the MacGuffin against this villain. And I think that should not be the case. I think that it should be the Flash having to deal with it and him taking out the villain himself. But that's my personal opinion, and that's me reading a lot of Flash comics. So let's get into this trailer, and let's see what they got in front of us.
My name is Dr. Ramsey Rosa. And for the last decade, I've spent my life dedicated to a single cause, helping others fight the diseases that plague humanity. But not anymore. And it's all because of them. You see, there are many cancers in this world, and they all wear different faces. Some are doctors, like me. Some of them seek out the truth, regardless of the consequences. Others mock the very science they worship.
We just ran out of time.
But the most dangerous ones are those who call themselves heroes. They claim to fight for the things that matter in life. Truth, family, law, order. And most of all, for life itself.
Hang on! I got you! What the hell? Why is it every time I come to visit, there's always a crisis?
But it's all a lie. Because in the end, there's only one battle. One thing to fight against. An eternal enemy who must be eliminated forever. And that's death itself.
Are we under attack?
the scientifically impossible probably will happen. I don't need to understand them. Just tell me what I can do.
No one has to die. Ever. Again.
Um, um, that is a much better trailer I've ever seen. That shows to me that this villain is going to be very dangerous. Um, okay, so to give you an understanding of what's going on, the individual that's talking, that actor is actually from Heroes. He played the doctor from Heroes, the one that his father gave him the book to tell him how these other people have powers and who to find and everything else to decipher who's a hero, who has superpowers and who doesn't. And you come at the very, I think the very end of the series, he develops superpowers himself, and it's actually much more in a weird type of power set. Like he becomes this weird monster. Now in this one, that's the perfect guy. To have him come in and play the villain, the main villain of the whole series. I mean, of the whole season. Dude, yes. And the way they're constructing him is he has a purpose. He believes that these heroes and the people that are around them, they are the worst type of people that are going to keep humanity from evolving to the next evolutionary state. He believes that death needs to be conquered, not just defeated, but needs to be conquered. That people shouldn't have to die. We don't need these heroes because once he gives people these powers, I'm sorry, the ability to conquer death itself, so they can't die. We won't need heroes anymore. We won't need law and order. Everything will be in peace and harmony and this massive utopia. Oh man. And the way they constructed it, it seems like he has a huge axe to grind with with the Flash. Now, me personally, this is what I hope. It's not about the Flash. It's about Caitlin Snow. It's about her family. Something between their family should spark his revenge. And if they do that, then I will be perfectly happy with it. I think that this season should not be truly about the Flash. It should have elements that brings the Flash into the mix, but this whole story should be mixed around Killer Frost and her family and the fact of her mother and her father. Um, and That would be great too. Now, last season to me was not that good. Actually it was good in some ways, but it felt like it was the Nora. It was the Nora hour. It felt like Nora was the main catalyst of the whole show. That the Flash was secondary. Now I know what I'm asking is that it should be about Caitlyn. No, what I'm saying is that Caitlyn's story should be the main focus, but the villain is coming after after the whole group, which is causing the Flash to be in the center point of the whole story, in the center point of the conflicts. So the story is him going after Caitlyn or going after the Snows, but it's always the Flash in the middle between them where she's like, dude, I can take care of it. He goes, no, you need to take care of this. So we need Caitlyn more in the doctor aspect while we have the Flash being the superhero. So it's always going to be the Flash. And I want to know how they're going to do his powers because the villain in this season is Bloodwork, and he can control um uh the he can control blood itself. So basically, if the Flash gets anywhere near him, he could zap the blood right out of him if he wants to. He could jump into his body and screw up his whole body chemistry. He can actually do a lot of stuff, a lot of damage to Barry Allen and anybody else. So I'm wondering how they're going to do his powers. I'm hoping that they keep him human throughout a chunk of the season. But when this man goes nuts, he should turn into this big old gigantic blood monster and start just wiping everybody out. I'm hoping that they do that. The CGI budget for him should be all about him. It should be him. So they will not introduce Bloodwork and keep him human throughout the whole season. That will be a miss. That'd be a missed opportunity. That could be a huge missed opportunity. I want to see him into a monster form that would actually defy all levels of logic. That'd be great. Um, Wow. Really great season. Really, it sounds like it's gonna be really, really good. Like I said, I'm tempering my expectations. Last season seemed like it was gonna be cool. They're gonna introduce Nora Allen, and then Eobard Thawne is in the middle of all this. Okay, but the season was kind of lackluster, and I didn't like. Me personally, I didn't like the fact that they um, turned Eobard Thawne into a that he was cannon fodder for this team. It's like, really? No. Reverse Flash should be more than capable of taking them down and still getting away. I mean, yes, he should have a hard time against Barry because Barry got a lot faster since they've ever seen each other, but still, Eobard is always going to be a step ahead of Barry because he has more knowledge of the Speed Force and what he could truly do with speed than Barry can. Barry should be able to show off a few things that he's never that he that I'm sorry, not Hunter, but that Eobard doesn't know about, like the Time Remnant. He Eobard should know nothing about no Time Remnants. He should not be able to do that. But he knew about that in the last season. I was like, wait a minute, he knows about Time Remnants? He shouldn't know about that. If he knew about that, then what the hell? He should have been doing that back in. He should have been doing that a long time ago. It's like, what the hell? I mean, creating a time remnant does not call the time wraiths. It's screwing around with time that causes the time wraiths to come in. Creating a time remnant and sending them back, that doesn't do jack squat. It just it all it does is it kind of nudges them on the shoulder like, hey, they're doing something. Oh, and he looks over and goes after it. And if it does even further, it goes after it. So but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see this season. The trailer is great. It's great. It has a great tone. It has a great premise. The villain looks like he's going to be dangerous. It's going to be very, very sinister. That's the word, sinister to the whole situation. So, like I said before, that's my opinion. Like, comment, share, subscribe down below. Let's talk about it. I will leave this link up if you guys want to talk about the trailer itself. What do you think? Do you think Bloodwork was a great villain? Do you think that they should introduce more speedsters? Do you think they should even do the rogues? Like have a 3 episode about the rogues, a new rogues. So let's find out. But this season seems like it has a lot of promise, like the last season. But let's hope that it's better than last season. All right. You have a great day. Bye.